Money is a powerful thing. What's even more powerful is making people happy.
Before Kerwin Frost would become an instantly recognizable pop culture figure and bona fide internet celebrity with his signature face tattoo and his bold couture looks. Before Kerwin Frost would use his supreme style knowledge and magnetic personality to land collabs with major brands like Adidas and McDonald's.
I play on proportions like no other. A shoe that fits 5 times bigger than your actual size.
Before amassing over 300,000 followers on Instagram and interviewing icons like SZA and Tyler the Creator.
And one of the greatest writers of our time, SZA.
On his massively popular YouTube channel with around 200,000 subscribers at the time of this recording. Kerwin Frost is your favorite celebrity or influencer's favorite influencer. Now, when Kanye West was looking for someone to create content for his Christmas parties and listening parties, well, Kerwin, he was the man he would task with the job. Now, Kerwin Frost is a Harlem-born comedian, entertainer, DJ, host, and style maven. Now, he was one of the pioneers of the Soho youth streetwear scene, now regarded by Vogue as fashion's funniest man, and by GQ as your favorite influencer's favorite influencer. Now, Kerwin is responsible for setting trends and influencing the latest fashion, music, comedy, and cultural phenomenons. Now, of course, that kind of recognition, well, it didn't happen overnight. So how did Kerwin go from a streetwear scene regular in New York's Soho's district to becoming one of fashion's most buzzed about personalities with a mega popular interview series and collaborations with the likes of Adidas and McDonald's? Well, in this video, you're about to find out. Welcome back to Before They Were Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden, and today we got a good one to walk through. I love that this guy brought back the McNugget Buddies. Those things were a childhood favorite. I'm gonna be scooping that up myself. I hope they're available in Canada. Anyway, let's get into this Before They Were Famous video. Kerwin Frost was born on July 26, 1995 in East Harlem, New York, and he grew up in public housing located at 10th and Lenox, living with his mother. Now, as a kid in the projects, well, fashion, it was far from his mind, but that started to change when his dad, he took him to local flea markets and thrift stores, while he lied to his son, telling him that these spots, they were actually Macy's. Now, he quickly got hooked on piecing together playful do-it-yourself outfits from quirky thrift store finds. Now, out in Harlem, the drug dealers, they were still influential as the rappers when it came to serving the most outlandish flamboyant looks. Now, speaking with the face, well, Kerwin told them, I remember seeing one of the local drug dealers in Harlem wearing the Montclair X4L jacket that had all the little trees on it, but with a tank top and some fur Ugg boots. Now, Frost, he was rubbing shoulders with Harlem's fashion legends like Draper Dan, and he quickly realized that despite growing up in one of the roughest parts of the country, well, fashion could be his way towards a better life. As he put it, that's when I knew that I could get away with murder in Harlem. But he wasn't talking about actual murder, he's talking about fashion. Now, by middle school, well, Kerwin, he still struggled to find a solid friend group that he identified with. He bounced between social circles, not fitting in with the athletes or the gangbangers. So instead, well, he kicked it with the skateboarders, and he used humor to befriend people because, well, he wasn't that interested in getting on any kind of skateboard. Now, he felt like an outsider, and he was eager to find out where he would finally fit in. Then at the age of 14, well, he opted to do something very few people his age would even consider. He opted to get a face tattoo. Now, using a fake ID, he got a pencil tattooed on his face as a symbol of embracing creativity and nonconformity. You know what they say about face tats, right? Once you get one, you're all in, and there's no backup plan to ever work a real job in your life. Now, this made him instantly recognizable and as a result, well, totally unforgettable to everyone he would meet or who would find him online. Now, speaking with high snobriety, he stated, when you see something and it speaks to you, that rarely happens that many times in life. And I've always followed that feeling no matter what it came from. The pencil, I've not regretted to this day. Thank God it wasn't a young, dumb decision. Now, as you can imagine, the tattoo paired with his playful personality, well, it got him into some trouble in high school. Now, he'd wear experimental outfits and make do-it-yourself modifications to the required school uniform, which would result in him often getting suspended. Now, by 16 years of age, frustrated with the lack of creative freedom, well, Kerwin decided to drop out altogether and forge his own path. Now, one day while wandering the Big Apple, well, he stumbled into the Super Chief Gallery in Brooklyn to check out an art exhibit. Well, one thing led to another, and he landed himself an internship working at the gallery. Fast forward a few years later, and Kerwin, well, he befriended a kid named Ray Martinez. Now together they decided to launch their own little streetwear project, and thanks to their shared love of spaghetti, well, they jokingly dubbed it the Spaghetti Boys. Dropping quirky t-shirts, the Spaghetti Boys, they leaned into youthful trends over serious fashion. Now, although it started as a side hustle for Kerwin, well, the brand's lighthearted ethos, it connected with downtown streetwear fans. The Spaghetti Boys, they even scored cosigns from Virgil Abloh, Matthew M. Williams, and Huron Preston, who we'll touch on a little bit later in this video. Now for Kerwin, it felt rebellious not taking fashion as seriously as everyone else. And as the Spaghetti Boys were starting to create a buzz, well, he also fell into the reselling of gear and camping outside of Supreme in New York City. Now, having first discovered Supreme through some of his skater friends at school, well, he admired their drops from afar. Now, with more fashion circle connections, well, Kerwin, he started lining up and camping out overnight. Now, beyond just making a bit of money, well, those long hours bonding with strangers outside of Supreme, well, it also grew Kerwin's network. Now, his new network of fashion-forward friends, they dubbed their meetup space as Clout Corridor, which was located between the original Supreme store on Lafayette Street and the VFiles office over on Mercer. Now, with his own persona blowing up online and bonds solidifying in real life with other like-minded creatives who were also on the fashion come-up, well, it seemed like Kerwin, he had finally found his people. Now, Kerwin realized his personality was better suited for wild creative endeavors than working any internship or dead-end jobs. Now, he did end up picking up a gig at VFiles. Back then, it was a fashion startup, but it would soon become a social media juggernaut. Now, simultaneously, the Spaghetti Boys, they started to follow the expansion of some organic. Around the same time, well, the Spaghetti Boys, they began to expand into some organic Instagram buzz with a little help from Kanye West. And from that point forward, well, Frost, he decided to pursue fashion and comedy on his own terms. I mean, Kanye back then, he was at the top. And if he saw talent in you, I think that's a pretty good sign you're going in the right direction. Kerwin decided to double down, posting outlandish outfit pics and viral video skits on social media, leaning hard into humor, which set Kerwin apart from the self-serious fashion circles. Now, these early creative risks would pay off in a big way, as both his real life and online buzz, well, they would continue to snowball. Now, soon brands, they were lining up to partner with Kerwin on campaigns and collaborations. We're talking the likes of Adidas and Cash App. Now, Kerwin, he especially shined in these viral videos through his improv and his playful spirit. While chaotic and unconventional compared to traditional fashion videos, well, he began to build an even bigger reputation as a colorful character that was ready to break the mold. And now, with a little limelight coming in Kerwin's direction, he decided to establish his own personal aesthetic beyond just shopping for thrifted pieces. Now, he pulled from an array of inspirations. We're talking cartoons, flea market finds, and Dapper Dan's flamboyant designs. And he'd combine these into high fashion pieces that also offered a bit of humor. Now, oftentimes on Instagram, he'll post outfits that just, get him some views, but overall, he's always experimenting and looking to push the envelope. Now attending high-end events, well, Kerwin would make headlines wearing couture angel wings and puffy oversized coats that seemed to swallow his body or block out those who were around him. In fact, most everyday folks were utterly perplexed seeing Kerwin's experimental style in the wild, but for those who did understand where he was coming from, well, these boundary-breaking fits cemented his status as a key influencer in the modern fashion community. By 2019, Kerwin had captured the hearts, the laughs, and the double taps of over 180,000 people on Instagram, but make no mistake, he was still just getting started. That year, Kerwin, he would embark on his most ambitious endeavor yet by launching his very own talk show, aptly titled Kerwin Frost Talks. Now, it was the perfect vehicle for him to interview cultural icons while putting his charismatic, curious, and comedy-laced interview style on full display for the world to see. Now, the show was an instant hit thanks to raw, unfiltered conversations with huge stars like Tyler, the Creator, SZA, and A$AP Rocky.
What's up, guys? This is Kerwin Frost, and today I'm speaking to the most interesting man in the world.
Now, Kerwin, he made guests feel so comfortable opening up that even the biggest superstars would reveal personal stories and opinions not heard anywhere else. Now, Kerwin's snowballing popularity, one-of-a-kind creative vision, well, it made Adidas design an entire collection under the Kerwin Frost brand. Now, they brought him on board for an expansive partnership representing their most hyped gear yet. Now he went all out, bringing his colorful personality to the partnership, inspired by flea market art and nostalgic 90s style. Well, Kerwin, he unveiled the Benchmates, a cast of smiley animated characters meant to promote individuality and self-expression. Does that sound familiar? Well, in 2023, he got the partnership of a lifetime when he was tapped to work with McDonald's. In December of 2023, well, Kerwin Frost, he got his own McDonald's meal alongside the re-release of the McNugget Buddies. Kerwin found his McNugget Buddy collection to be a source of creative inspiration, so it was only right for McDonald's to bring back the Buddies, and through them, introduce fans to Frosty Way, where everyone is welcome to be exactly who they are. Complete with mix and match outfits, the Buddies design are inspired by Kerwin's childhood experiences and beliefs that everyone should feel free to express themselves. There are a cast of characters, including Kerwin himself, and that guy, he's got the pencil face tattoo, but there's also Don Bernice, Brick, Darla, Uptown Mo, and more. Now, Kerwin Frost remains one of culture's most important voices at the intersection of creativity, humor, and fame. Now, his commitment to radical self-expression continues to inspire dreamers everywhere, and something tells me this multifaceted, multi-talented, one-of-a-kind entertainer, well, he's still just getting started. He's also got a wife and kids. I believe he's living out in Los Angeles, but for the full story on Kerwin, I think it's just starting, and there's going to be many chapters ahead. As for the rest of the story, well, I think we're going to wrap this one up here. After all, this has been Before They Were Famous. My name's Michael McCrudden. We had a few technical issues filming this video, so I hope it came together okay. I'm having a hard time here working the mic, working the teleprompter, and getting everything synced. Something's going glitchy. Regardless, this is very exciting for Kerwin. I love seeing new up-and-comers. This guy's been around for about as long as me, but he's finally getting his day in the spotlight. And man, this guy's creative, he's funny, he's hilarious. And the McBuddies, or the McNuggets, a genius idea. Who doesn't love those? Anyway, congrats to him and all his success. I'll see you guys in another video.